You might remember Kinder Morgan. It is one of the nation's largest petroleum transporters with nearly 80,000 miles of pipelines across the country. And those pipelines carry everything from fuel to chemicals, vegetable oils, and even natural gas. Kinder Morgan Pipelines already runs throughout the Southeast and is responsible for a gas line spill in South Carolina's upstate that dumped at least 369,000 gallons into the Savannah River. That was back in 2014. Now, Kinder Morgan wants to expand its South System pipeline. Its plan includes the red lines you see here on your screen, which would involve Washington, Glasscock, Jefferson, and Richmond counties. Your Hallie Turner was at the North Jefferson YMCA, where an open house just began for people to learn more about this expansion project. Hallie heard from both Kinder Morgan and those against this expansion.
If approved, this pipeline would expand in the existing footprint, meaning Kinder Morgan would build a second natural gas line next to the existing one. But the proposal isn't without some pushback.
She fought the pipeline before.
A couple of years ago, Kinder Morgan in this area made a big splash because they wanted to build a petroleum pipeline all the way to Jacksonville.
Now it's a different gas under the same company. Savannah Riverkeeper Tanya Bonatatibus says her stance hasn't changed.
I'm not sure how there's going to be a river left in Savannah.
But Kinder Morgan leaders say the need for natural gas is growing.
There is a need for natural gas supply for all of those reasons to handle the population and economic growth and the additional role that natural gas plays in power generation. Power generation means electricity.
Alan Four and his team at Kinder Morgan believe that's why a new pipeline is needed, stretching more than 200 miles from Mississippi to Georgia, with one goal.
Well, the goal is to provide additional natural gas supply for the Southeast.
And this isn't the first time Kinder Morgan has proposed a massive pipeline expansion through Georgia and South Carolina. Kinder Morgan began construction on a $1 billion gas and diesel pipeline named to the Palmetto project nearly a decade ago. The energy giant stopped construction on the project after lawmakers on both sides of the river passed legislation which limited the use of eminent domain for that pipeline. Investigative reporter Will Rue has if the legislation will protect landowners from this project.
It does not. That's because natural gas is regulated differently than gas and diesel, so the previous legislation doesn't protect landowners from this project. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission oversees natural gas pipelines, meaning if the commission decides a pipeline is a public necessity, then the pipeline company has eminent domain powers over state immunity. Now here's the timeline. Kinder Morgan expects to finalize the project this year, at which time agents will meet with landowners to discuss any temporary or permanent easement rights as well as possible payment. The company anticipates the commission to grant its request for a certificate of public convenience and necessity by October of 2026. Once Kinder Morgan gets the okay from the feds, it will begin construction in March of 2027. Now, the expansion of the pipeline will allow Kinder Morgan to increase exports of natural gas out of its Elba Island export terminal in Savannah. The million-dollar question for the feds is the $3 billion for public convenience and necessity or to grow corporate profits.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Will. We appreciate that.